What the f is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro, I feel like the Shadow Man is here.
He's coming up against a previous experience that he had when he was younger, and he's ready to let it go. And I'm afraid it may take a shock or a jolt to do that.
Have you used a Ouija board to try to communicate with it since? If you do want to communicate it and ask for what it wants,
But now I want to.
This is considered the most haunted in the Miami area.
Somebody lost their life right in this corridor.
Let's go back to the most haunted point, see if we can contact something.
I have so much chills.
Dude, my heart.
I'm the only one that just heard that.
Why does Ouija board keep coming up now?
You got shot, you got murdered. Are you here with us now?
Fatty Walsh. That was. Holy.
Eat it to where it's like.
I think it's just.
Piano.
What the?
See, how do you explain that?
Dude, that's just another thing that's happened in our past that came up again. We're sitting right here. What the f was that?
Whoa!
What the f was that? You see that?
What, dude? What'd you see? What'd you see?
Did I just see the Shadow Man again?
For anyone that thinks that all this ghost stuff is probably fake, I agree with you.
So what would prove it to you?
Yeah, what do you think we should do?
A solid ass seance.
Guys, before we go any further, as you probably know, the rest of the series has to do with Ouija boards, specifically Corey's Ouija board.
And so guess what we decided to do? We decided to make our own. Check this out.
We got an Explorer Spirit board. What's up, guys?
Now this is the prototype. We literally made this in our backyard, so it's not gonna look exactly like this. But check it out, guys. Like, this is the first one we've done.
It's gonna look a lot cooler than that, but it is only available for 1 week. Those who got it will get it, and those who miss out will never get it again. We're probably never gonna make it a second Ouija board. Like, why would we do that?
Get it right now before it's too late, guys. Don't miss out.
1 week for the Explorer Spirit board. All right, on to the series. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby. So, just to recap you guys a little bit on what's been going on, we spent the night last night at the Biltmore Hotel in Miami. Some strange stuff happened.
What the f was that? What the f was that?
Did I just see the Shadow Man again?
Jake is not really believing this paranormal stuff, especially when we use equipment.
For anyone that thinks that all this ghost stuff is probably fake, I agree with you. I don't know if I believe any of the ghost gadgets.
It's a lot of bullshit!
To do a second recap, the entire reason why we're here in Florida is to go to Corey's hometown because we want to learn about why he's still being haunted, because all of us seem to gotten rid of our spirits that have attached to us, or at least the bad ones, but Corey seems to still see this Shadow Man. So we are at this occult gypsy crystal shop because the exorcist said the best way to contact your spirits and know what they want is to do this pentagram ritual.
Yes.
While you're playing with the artifact that called upon the spirits. So,
Just a Ouija board.
the Ouija board tonight when we play at Corey's old house.
Old house, right where it all started.
We are going to be setting up a pentagram with black crystals, just like the exorcist said.
How do you actually feel?
I'm nervous.
This is like a big monumental moment for you.
This is huge.
I have not, you don't understand. This Ouija board, the one that started everything, I haven't, touched in probably 6 years,
And-
more, 8 years.
Almost every single thing that's happened to you, because with all this ghost stuff, is originated through that Ouija board.
Yeah.
And now you're going full circle.
And after we get all the materials for Les Seance, we are going to meet up with somebody named Heidi, who is a medium and also an ancestor spirit expert. So we're gonna talk to her because it could be dealing with your ancestry, who knows, and maybe she has some more answers or
That
information.
would be nuts. Well, you know how we've been talking about how there's, past lives and everything?
Yeah.
What if, what's attached to me, it didn't start from the Ouija board, it started, in a past life? From
Yeah,
something else
because
that
the
I did.
medium, was saying that we've lived so many lives.
For you, I count 21 lifetimes before this one.
Maybe that would be, your ancestors' lives passed down.
And then because I was already attached to it, it brought me to the Ouija board in a new age, in this new life.
So we need to figure out what this thing wants from you, or your entire family.
You know how they say that if you smoke marijuana, that's the devil's lettuce?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense because we're going into a demonic shop and it says CBD sold here.
You know what this stands for, right?
What?
CBD.
Colby Brock's dick sold here.
Brother, we're gonna find it.
Let's go get it, brother.
I feel like the first thing that I would suggest would be doing protective meditations and visualizations. Also having black crystals around. It's like I would light a couple white candles and hold the candles and like ask for the protection. And then ask it what it wants. I'm here, I'm listening. What do you like from me? How can I help you? Because this relationship right now is not working.
Hi Sam, nice to meet you.
What's going on, Colby?
Colby, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
Heidi.
you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? All right, guys. So we are here with Heidi, and if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, my name is Heidi Chaffee. I'm a psychic medium. About 8,000 readings thus far in my career. Seen every kind of family, every kind of passing, homes where there's only just little things going on that it's really just a loved one who's crossed over, who's just trying to give a sign, just like, hey, I'm cool, you know, all good.
Wow.
Not trying to actually haunt them.
When did you first think that, oh wait, I'm maybe a medium?
I started hearing people walk in the house, and I started seeing people at the window, and all these kind of things just started happening where I'd be in my kitchen and all of a sudden a penny would go flying across my counter and then go onto the floor. And then there was one time I was sitting at it.
Sounds like the can.
Yeah.
And then somebody I know at one point was like, hey, Heidi, have you ever just sat and meditated to see what they want? And I was like, that's a really good idea. It hadn't even occurred to me.
Why not?
So next thing I knew, I started getting messages for people I knew in some way. There's a cute surfer guy, super charming. I was like, oh, he passed really young. He passed in some sort of accident. I knew his name was Joe. He showed me a picture of this woman I knew, Julia. And I was like, that's weird. I'm like, I know Julia. So I had to call her and I was like, so Julia, weren't you telling me about like some boyfriend you had that passed in an accident, or like somebody named Joe or something? And she's like, how do you know that? And I was like, okay, because I didn't know if I was crazy. And she's gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know anybody named Joe, whatever.
Whoa.
And I was like, so Joe, who passed in the accident, he was in my house and he wants to say hi, and it was her ex-boyfriend, and he had died in the Bali explosion way back when the club exploded, and there was a bunch of tourists in there and he was one of the ones in there.
Oh, wow.
And so stuff like that literally just started happening every day. And then the floodgates just opened, and next thing I knew, I was like trying to find, where do I train? How do I deal with this?
It's kind of how we are. We like started this whole channel as skeptics, and so what we're going into this is like just trying to prove ourselves that there is something out there.
Yeah.
And just over the course of the last year, we've gotten so much that we're definitely believers now.
Yeah.
And to the point where now we're almost scared of certain things, and that's why again we're here today.
Right.
Just to catch up to speed, so far what we've been thinking about and we've been asked is, we definitely wanted to come back here to Florida because it's his hometown, and he is dealing with a long-term childhood spirit that's attached to him.
I was super young, like in the age of like 10 to 12, and I started playing with Ouija boards. And when I tell you, I played with it hundreds of times, like hundreds. Play with the Ouija board at 3 a.m., you know, stuff would happen. And, you know, as I got older, especially into high school, stuff really started happening. But I stopped playing it, you know, I haven't played it since then. But something that's affected me from that was, have you ever heard of, like, this is what I believe it is, the shadow man? Even last night, like, I thought that I saw a shadow person, like, walking behind a curtain.
Sure.
It happens a lot. But what, like, a serious issue is, we were in London a couple months ago in the middle of an investigation. It was like 2 or 3 a.m. our time, and my little brother, who is now the age of when I started playing with Ouija boards, texts me out of nowhere, and he just says, I just saw the shadow man. And a couple months before that, my little sister had a friend spending the night, or they were falling asleep, and a Coke can that was on her dresser got thrown at the closet. There's something that's now messing with my family, and like, it's because of me, for sure.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It is your fault.
It
And I
is.
say that in the nicest way possible.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you my experience with that. So I used to do I used to do a lot more house clearings when I had time. But there are certain houses that I walk at the front door and I go, where's the teenager and where's the Ouija board? Because you can feel it immediately. It is a totally different thing. when you're dealing with a Ouija board, you're attracting like super low-level spirits, and I think some of them have never even existed on this plane. Low-level spirits, or bad spirits, they love teenagers. It's like plugging into a socket with all the hormones and whatever. You are literally like just being you're an outlet, and they will plug in. And I see it with teenagers all of the time. Right now, you're older now, but you never unplugged it. That will stay essentially attached to you, because I believe things have as much power as you allow them to have. Now, that spirit or any of those negative energies that would have come out just kind of plugged in, and the thing is, it's already been in the house, so I'm not surprised your sisters or whatnot would be feeling it, because you kind of opened the door for that.
Yeah. They still have the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Like from like when I was in middle school, in the house.
My grandmother, my mom's mom, would keep a Ouija board. She tried to throw it away, and it ended up back in her house. No joke.
Whoa.
Wow.
So you got to be careful with that stuff. You can't allow something to control you or take over or haunt you. They'll do as much as you allow them to. I have noticed. With you, it really is about, that you did open that door, and so yeah, it does come around you, and I'm not surprised it comes around your family, and I'm not surprised you see them in other places, and you may see the one that you opened, but you're also seeing other ones in other locations or whatnot, just because that is already open.
We don't necessarily know, and Corey specifically doesn't know if he really wants to get rid of this, because we don't think at this point that it's super negative. Do you think certain entities or spirits or whatever attached to certain areas? Because the entire reason why we're back here in Florida is specifically to try to get in contact with the same things that we did a very long time ago, because we think it originated from a certain place. Yeah?
Absolutely, especially if you're not feeling it someplace else. So if you had an experience here, let's take the Ouija board out of it. I do think it's beneficial to go back and and check it out.
Okay.
And
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
No, when you get into that space, what I would recommend is, obviously taking a few deep breaths. Don't let your fear get the most of you, because they do latch on to fear if there is something there. We get so much more information from the other side than we realize, but we second guess ourselves. You've probably had so many more gut feelings, and then after you go, oh, dang, I knew that, right? Yeah. Because you are very empathic already. And so when you do this, I want you to really just go in, close your eyes, and feel into where you are, and trust what you're seeing and what you're getting, and spit it out, and just see what you feel, and just know you always have power. Nobody controls you. Nobody has power over you. You can tell something to go away anytime you want to. Ask to release from you if you want it to, and if you don't, that's okay. That's your prerogative. Take your space back, and a way you can do that is if you do feel like it's being encroaching, go have a party, do something fun, put on your favorite music, open up all the doors and windows. It's like taking it back and putting positive energy in there and not allowing the negative energy, and I will tell you that makes a really big difference.
Because I'm not feeding into it?
Exactly.
Wow.
You're you piss off, this is my party today.
Wow. You think that I could tell a spirit or an energy to get out?
I think
you
a
think
lot of
almost
people
anyone could?
I feel like people just don't trust themselves. Now, maybe somebody like me who's a medium, can do some other stuff, but that doesn't, so what?
Is there a
doesn't mean you don't
specific
have
way?
the power to.
So make you feel better? Or more confident about it?
Yeah, I feel, dude, after that conversation,
cool.
I'm feeling very comfortable.
All right, let's go summon some demons.
Hey, not like that, not that. I didn't know.
There's no demons, there's no demons.
Welcome to my home. This is my house.
This is your house, brother?
That's my couch.
You grew up right here?
Dude, this is it though.
This right there. What's the story behind this?
So this is our very first dance studio that my parents ever owned, and we did play the Ouija board here a lot. It wasn't Ghost Adventures, but it was another ghost group that was on TV. They came here when I was 10 and investigated it. There was a lady, her daughter went here. She fell down the stairs and broke her neck. Oh, and then when the ghost people came here, they said that there was a demon living under the 4th step.
A demon?
This place is
super haunted.
Super haunted?
Yeah, my mom came here one time at 2 a.m. just to do some paperwork, and she opened the door and the music was playing. So she thought that one of our teachers was up there just without asking, practicing. As she got to the top step, the music stopped playing.
Oh my God.
Then she sees someone in the back, so she goes back there. She sees her hiding behind the mats on top of the music room. She's like, it's okay. no one ever came down. There was no one.
Oh my god. Well then now, we're gonna be grabbing some dinner and then going to your house. And then all the fun stuff happens. We get to...
We're close, man.
I cannot believe we're
close.
We're in my hometown, about to do this. Try to talk to this spirit that I used to talk to.
Dude, everything that we've been doing for the past like year or year and a half of ghost stuff kind of all leads up to this moment.
Right now.
I know, I'm kind of getting a little. Now, so
Control it, brother.
Yes, we got this.
I'm okay.
Dude.
Right, dude. This.
Yo.
Look at the crystal structure.
Brother.
Dude, I feel like
we are in the North Pole right now.
Oh! I've never used that here before.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought it.
I want to show y'all something. Like right when I moved, they were saying that I could have a bedroom here if I want. And it could have been this room. And they said that this is the most haunted room in the house. Noises.
Just a lot
the
of
the door shaking, they just hear noises all the time.
Shaking the door.
But the thing is, this room is pretty much connected to my little sister's room, which is where the can flew across the room. See, bro, it just feels creepy in here, bro.
It does feel creepy.
Oh my gosh. Like, they don't come in here, bro. Like, I don't think that they're ever in here. Should I go find the Ouija board?
Whoa!
Wait, why would I say that? Okay,
Dude, that's
wait. I'm gonna get out of this room. See? Dude, someone be messing with me, bro, because I don't want to play with the Ouija board. It went to yellow.
You did?
Just randomly walking.
Just walking straight through.
Is there any electricity by or?
I mean, I thought it was the tree, so I put it right here, but look, nothing.
But it's not lights. We've already tested.
Yeah.
Y'all go hard on decorations.
I was gonna say, geez, that's scarier than all the haunted demons.
Like I feel like I'm walking in.
Look. Sam. Look,
In the middle.
right here.
Just in the middle of absolutely nothing. So there wouldn't be any frequencies right there. Did you just realize?
Do you know what spot is right here? This
Where?
is directly above my sister's floor where they did the Ouija board.
Oh yeah.
This is directly above it.
Oh, wait. Yo, it's soon. Look, it's not even flickering. Dude, it's not even flickering.
Put it on this. It's not going up or anything.
As soon as you go in the basement. All right, we know where we're doing our seance. Woo!
Oh man, this is a cool spot for a seance, brother.
For a seance. We could do it on this table, maybe.
Oh yes.
Wow.
This might be the seance table. So where have you done the Ouija board here, or have you?
I didn't do it, but I watched them do it, and this was like right as I like moved to LA.
Oh my god.
Well, it calmed down a little bit. Good news.
That's good.
Weird, bro.
It's funny when he sits like that.
How far can you go in your straddle?
This. Like here. Roll.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay. Roll. Good. Okay. Now, this is all I can do.
Okay.
And then whenever you get over to your right shoulder, yeah, but you have to stand astraddle the whole time. Like your legs went together. Like it's almost.
my
Yeah, that was almost it. And that was close.
Whoa.
We are very open to spirits, good and bad. It's not like we're devil worshippers. So per se at all. I have always been interested in it. I don't know why. Something's transpired because then it's just with Corey now.
Interesting.
Yes. One night I am up in my bedroom. I open up my bedroom window and there is a man standing there all in black just staring up at me. Ran downstairs, told my dad. He ran out and there was no one there, of course, but he was there. So
So I woke up and there was a lady standing in front of my bed.
What?
She was all black, like black hair, long black hair, and it was so weird. She was like hunched over. She just looked at me and started clapping and like just walked backwards and just disappeared. But it was the same day my dad said he heard girl voices in the stairs.
Me and my friend, she was sleeping over and we were going to sleep and there was a Coke bottle, it was empty. We were going to sleep and when you open up a door to scare someone and like you're getting ready to open it, it looked like that was happening. I turned on my light and the door was completely shut.
Oh my God.
Locked. I got out of the bed to make sure it was completely locked and it was. The door was not opening at all.
What?
Not even 2 minutes go by and you hear the bottle hit my dresser, my bed, and then we freak out, we turn on the light and the empty bottle is on the other side of my room. That was about a year ago. And then after that, more stuff started happening to me.
It's whenever y'all were in London, and then, cause that night I was going to sleep, and I look over at like my door, so I literally see something come out of like the door, and then I'm just like freaking out, you know, like anyone would, and then all I know is that it just disappears.
And that's when you texted Corey that night?
Yeah. What he said in like the past, it was like a really tall man, and I mean that's what I saw, so.
But it depends, like haunted or whatever, like spirits, yes. Definitely there's some spirit world trying to come into our world in this house. Now,
oh my God! All out of nowhere.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Was that you?
I don't know.
No, that wasn't him.
That just fell on my head.
no, and that's pretty secure up there most of the time.
Literally. Oh my God! Wait, look at Corey.
Yo, are you okay, brother?
That was a little terrifying.
Dude,
That just like
staring
came down and hit my head.
I was staring at the curtains.
About around then, I started to get more into it. Started to get more into like the tarot cards and all that stuff. We started to realize that the things that the cards would say would start to happen.
Would you be interested in doing like a reading on Corey later today?
So is that kind of weird that your sister's like getting into this and you're getting, I mean, you guys are all connected like this. That's crazy.
No, yeah, bro. I was never expecting that. Like when I came back and like when I found out last year, like how into it you were getting, you were saying how you're getting cards and you were getting crystals and all that. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then when I came down for Christmas and she read my cards, every single card that she read, like answered my question spot on. And the first thing that I want to ask is, will we be safe playing the Ouija board tonight?
Will they be safe when they do the Ouija board tonight? Is everything gonna go good? Tell us anything you want us to know about it.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Is everything gonna go good when they do the Ouija board? Will they be safe? What's gonna happen? Shoot out, give us a message on what's gonna happen whenever they do the Ouija board tonight.
Were you guys thinking that too?
I was,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was kind of in a trance. I was kind of like daydreaming with it. I was
I've never
just,
been sitting here now.
I was just so focused. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. From what I'm seeing, it looks pretty positive, which is good. Right? Right? Ooh, will you look up the star for me?
Yeah.
What?
What?
What was that?
Is that good or bad?
This is a pretty positive card, luckily, and it's actually like good with intuition. So if you guys are feeling safe and protected over it, what I'm like, that's so weird that just came to me. Like when I looked at this, it was like intuition. Like if you guys feel safe, you guys will be safe.
That's what.
Is that not what you just told me in the garage?
Yeah, bro. I said that like 5 minutes ago.
That's what they just said 5 minutes ago.
You did not.
I swear to God, I said
And what
like
the
word for
mediums
word.
have been telling us for the past 2 days.
It's weird because when we do this, we'll read from the book, which explains more of the card, but I'm starting to get into where if I know a little bit about the card and just something will just come into my head, like a way to word it, and I'll word it like that. So that was me wording what I,
Wow.
and I had no
so
idea
she
you
just
guys
had
said
that feeling, that connection.
I had no idea you guys were saying that.
While in this part of the garden, you're reminded that you have more control over your life than you may think or feel at the moment. That's a wonderful, empowering notion. But humans can be careless, thoughtless, or short-sighted. You must be aware that everything you do has consequences, sometimes further reaching or more dangerous than you can imagine.
Well, let's reach further.
Okay, but did you guys see how that just connected? The beginning of this card just said what you make it is what it is.
Yeah.
But then it also says you have consequences. That just connected to this card. What I just said about this card is the beginning of what it just explained for this different card.
Wow. Wow.
I don't really want to play the Ouija board anymore.
What? I mean, it just said I have consequences if I
Brother,
do
you
it.
have the power to do anything you want to. Bro.
All right, then how about we ask one more question?
Yeah.
Will I find out tonight why this thing has been haunting me?
Corey's been haunted by this thing. Like, is it here for a good reason? Is it here for a bad reason? What do we need to know about it? Why has all this been happening to Corey? Why is it here?
That card kind of looks scary.
So I want to put this one down. I think it's communicating. Yeah, it's communicating. It's been flipped since the beginning. Did you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
What is that supposed to mean?
All right. This is basically all about home.
On the right track.
Wow, the question was, will we find out why it's been haunting me?
Yes.
And the first answer was your home.
It also can mean you're going to find out at home.
Oh.
I got you, dude.
I do want to point out that you got the communicating one. So this was flipped over, and normally if it flips over, I don't really do anything about it. I'll just flip them back over or just leave it like that unless it falls out. But I just really wanted to put this down because I flipped over a few cards that had flipped over, and that's the only one that didn't flip. I didn't mean for that to happen, so this needed to come out. And I feel like it's saying, putting these two together, it might be saying you're gonna get your answer tonight at the house. This one, isn't that do what your
gut. Do what your gut says, like whatever you're feeling.
Oh.
That's what they said earlier today too. Follow your gut feeling. That's literally what the lady said 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
What is going
on? You have
on?
the power inside of you, brother.
So it's saying, do what your gut says at your home to communicate.
Yeah, and then this one also talks about family, and which, as in family, where you're from, you're with us right now at your home. And this is what you're about to do, which is
communicate.
Okay, so what do the rest mean?
Your life is about to be changed in big ways rather than small ones. Go with it and see what happens.
Okay. We look up
This is
45.
insane, man.
I can't understand if it's saying this is a good idea or a bad idea.
I think this is a good thing.
Okay.
Feel a little better?
A little bit, yeah. This is just nuts. I asked it a question and it's answering it. Like I just don't get it, bro. Like you can ask a question and like if random cards fell out, it could have been like, yes, keep doing your path and your job will do better or your career. Like that's like the answers that I got last time. And this time it's literally
It explained what's
answering
happening
it
tonight.
just like that again. It's literally answering my question.
Mm-hmm. And exactly what like the medium and stuff has said before.
Literally.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are some negative cards in there, and if we would have got them, we would have freaked out. I would have told you not to do it. What was that?
Did you just hear that boom?
That was on the porch downstairs.
Are you sure?
Downstairs.
Are you serious?
Downstairs.
Where we're planning on doing it.
Dude, the entire floor shit.
You felt that.
Courtney, what was that?
No. Oh. As it just was like, yeah, it's saying, yeah, go do it. It's gonna be really positive. Boom.
Yeah, dude. It wants you to talk to it tonight, man.
I think this is more clear than ever. We have to.
Yeah.
This Ouija board
Yes.
has been closed for like 5-10 years.
Brother, please tell me that was a draft. Please tell me
That was a giraffe?
What? This Ouija board has been talked about amongst our friend group for the last 2 years.
Yeah, the vibes are really crazy in this house.
Think about this. What he's about to pull out right now could be everything that's been haunting us since Queen Mary.
And everything that's haunted his family for a lot longer. Oh my god!
Dude, I've never seen one like that.
I've never seen Corey touch a Ouija board. Oh my god, dude, this is monumental. Wait, so
My
that
heart is like,
that Ouija board has caused you so much pain throughout your years. Are you ready?
He's ready to let it go.
Ask it what it wants. You can tell something to go away.
Everything we've been doing leads up to this moment.
What the? Oh my god! What the? Is there somebody in here? Like, look around, look around. Turn on the light, turn on the light.